Welcome back, guys. This is Mams here, and I'm just letting you guys know that this was actually recorded by Star and Gryon later on in this recording. I'm just going over it with the replay version of it so that it's more consistent. We have our playoff match in the A-League division from round 1, where we had Simi Chris versus Gene. Simi and his Blue-Collar Bellossums versus Gene and his Ottawa Gengars. Now these two had fought in the last week of the regular season, and Gene actually came out on top with slightly more luck on his side. It came down to a 1-0. Let's see if it can happen again this time, or if Simi can actually plan for whatever Gene wants to go for. We can go over their teams really quickly. Gene brought his Excadrill, Necrozma, Tyranitar, Mega Aggron, the Vaporeon, and the Volcarona, while Simi brought his Gligar, Mega Lopunny, the Zeraora, Nihilego, Dhelmise, and Melodic. So, interesting teams on both ends. Without further ado, guys, I'm gonna let Star take it away.
What's going on, SBT? It is Star here, and I'm recording Gene versus Chris for A-League round 1 of playoffs. We do see the Necrozma lead versus the Nihilego. Honestly, Necrozma could probably just get rocks up here really quick. Nihilego might just want to Toxic it. If he's afraid of a Psychic, he can just go like... Or not Psychic, like a Photon Geyser. He could definitely go into nothing. He doesn't have the best switch-ins depending on the Dhelmise spread.
In fact, Nihilego is an interesting mon to lead with. It could potentially be Focus Sash. I could see that here because Gene's mons pretty much counter it. I don't know if Simi expected the Volcarona lead to just lead off right off the bat, but I guess Gene really wants to set up rocks here. I'm not too sure if it matters too much for Simi. Simi doesn't really care about rocks that much on his side of the squad, especially with Gligar getting Defog and Dhelmise having spin. So I'm not sure if Gene wanted to lead set up immediately. We'll just see what happens here.
But I could probably just see rocks up. We do see Zeraora come on the Photon Geyser. Probably going to take about 40? 53, yes. This is probably more offensive than Necrozma.
I remember in their first match, I think Simi brought the Assault Vest Zeraora, and it looks like he ends up bringing it again. That did do a lot of damage, though. That could potentially be very offensive Necrozma. And knowing that Simi actually had no switch-ins to a Photon Geyser, he immediately went for the attack there. That could be Specs, to be honest. I'm not too positive on that. But he really didn't have anyone to take that huge hit besides Melodic maybe coming in, and obviously Necrozma can set up on that. So
it goes for the knockoff, gets rid of the choice Specs. So Photon Geyser won't kill this round. It does 40, leaving the Zebstrika on, not Zebstrika, Zeraora on 10%. We'll probably see rocks here from Necrozma, if I had to assume anything. I don't know if this Necrozma has rocks due to it being Specs.
We do see the Photon Geyser only doing about 37% because of the choice specs getting knocked off here. Melodic comes in, is able to pretty much recover off damage or Toxic. He does go for that Toxic. Gene brings in his Cleric to potentially get a Heal Bell off if necessary or Wish.
It is leftovers and not the Flame Orb set. As we do see a Toxic come out and it lands onto the Dhelmise. I don't think Chris cares about his Dhelmise too much. I think it's like one of his better checks to the Excadrill late game, and it is probably a spinner, so Gligar doesn't have to defog. Both teams have spinners, so I don't know how this match is going to be. Dhelmise might just Anchor Shot or something, just to guarantee that this Vaporeon will die, because it has to stay in. Actually, I wouldn't guarantee. Just the wish, it would just keep wishing off and beat this Dhelmise in a 1v1. We can see a Power Whip come off. If I were Gene, I would probably go Aggron here, because it tanks anything from a Dhelmise. I don't know what Chris wants to do in this situation. So Necrozma does come on the Z. Interesting. We do see Tech Rage come out, and it does go down.
That Wall Breaker was very nice for him, but maybe with losing the choice specs, he figured that there was no need for him to preserve it. He maybe didn't even have any recovery, but if Vaporeon could have got a Wish off.
That's a really cool bring. I don't know what the Z was for. Oh, he might have expected Aggron to come in, T-Tard. Literally, if any three of these came in, nothing was wanting to take that Tech Rage. So that was a really good sack for Gene. I don't know if he was predicting a Z Earthquake, but it was still a very nice sack for him.
Aggron might have to come in here now and try to Mega Evolve to kind of take on hits and maybe try and get us some rocks here. Maybe even go for a curse. We could see what he ends up doing here. So Melodic ends up coming in here and reduces the curse so that Aggron can start buffing against this Melodic.
So we do see setup Aggron. Probably going to tank hits better from Lopunny with this set. I don't know exactly what his spread is, but he could just go like Max Fizz-Def and like Toxic.
Us seeing the curse meaning that this Aggron might actually be the Rest Talk set. So Simi might actually want to have to counteract this with a Haze or maybe a Dragon Tail from this Melodic. Maybe even going for a Scald, try to get a burn and you know, try to pivot out after a couple of times of Gene using Rest. But now this Melodic sitting in here, Aggron might have to just continuously go for Curse. I'm not sure if his only attacking move would be Heavy Slam, because it's not going to be doing too much damage to this Melodic regardless. So Gene might have to retreat here if he thinks it's too early to set up, but we'll have to see. Melodic coming in here. We do see the Scald. It does actually now have the burn, unfortunately, for Gene, so yes, he's going to continuously set up and eventually rest this damage, but I'm pretty sure Simi's using this opportunity to predict when Gene wants to swap out. Looks like Melodic ends up going for that Whirlpool just to trap this Aggron, make sure it doesn't go anywhere, and of course get more residual damage on him plus the burn. So I think Gene has to rest here if he thinks it's necessary, and he actually does. And Simi makes a nice prediction, thinking that he's gonna rest this turn, but he is +3 defense.
We see a substitute come on out. This is probably Rest Talk. Goes for the Talk. Unfortunately, pulls Rest.
If this is Power Up Punch, this becomes a little bit scary for Gene.
We do see Power Up Punch from the Lopunny. This is going to be a very interesting turn of events.
Lopunny is becoming a lot stronger, but it is, of course, 2 stages below Aggron, so...
Ooh, we see another curse come on out. We'll probably see a Heavy Slam, I assume. I don't know what he's mono attacking. Probably Heavy Slam, that would make the most sense. And it is the Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam will break that easily. We're probably going to see a high jump kick here.
So this is a +2 Lopunny, potentially having Drain Punch or a high jump kick.
It's not going to do too much because of how bulky this Aggron is, and it's +4. We do see a Drain Punch, only doing 21 just for the bit of chip. Heavy Slam will take out this Mega Lopunny. This could just be a complete sweep. That did 0. We would need to see like Nihiligo be Specs or something. We do see the Milo come on out.
Knowing that Heavy Slam is his play, Melodic can eat that no problem and have plenty of recovers to just heal off the damage. But Simi getting a little bit desperate, not going into something like the Gligar, not going into a phaser that could actually get rid of all these stat buffs. Gene getting Whirlpooled again, that residual damage. We are going to see the curse. Could have been a ballsy play for Gene because he's taking a little bit more residual, but he does have to rest right here.
Gene probably knows at this point he really loses nothing. He probably clicks rest here. As he does click rest, if he clicks, he's going to click Sleep Talk. If he gets another curse up, he might. I think he just wins. Or if he Heavy Slams this turn. As long as he just doesn't pull rest.
And it's going to be a little bit of a hard battle for Gene to win because obviously he's going to take so much more damage that every single time he doesn't get a Sleep Talk turn right, he's going to have to rest again when he wakes up. So Simi doing the right thing here. He hasn't lost any health, and obviously Aggron is boosted up to +6.
This Mega Aggron, depending on his roll, it goes down. That's actually really good for Chris. As he does go Vaporeon, which is kind of interesting. Maybe a Heal Bell set. I don't know why he wanted to go to Vaporeon. Oh, for the Toxic. As we do see a Heal Bell come on out. I could see from Chris probably just clicking Toxic here.
Gene ends up bringing in his Volcarona, another huge threat to kind of put on some pressure on Simi's team because we know how defensive Simi's Mons are.
A Rock Slide would it would definitely kill this Volcarona at this point. As we do see Nihiligo come out on the Fiery Dance, does get the boost. Ooh, okay, he does make the T-Tar switch on the Power Gem.
Power Gem really not doing too much to this Tyranitar. It has to be very bulky in my opinion. He does stuff the rocks. And of course that might not help them too much there, but they are nice to kind of have Simi forced to defog if necessary. Simi thinks that because they're not that bad against him, he might as well set up his own rocks against Gene and have Volcarona take a lot of damage.
Gene needs to get his Vaporeon in to Scald it, as he does go Vaporeon on the Stealth Rocks. That really hurts the Volcarona because that makes Excadrill have to come in and spin. And I assume it does have spin this week because there's no other removal for Gene.
But it looks like Simi actually just opts to switch out and potentially spin away these hazards, as predicting Gene to maybe get a Heal Bell off like he's done so many times already. So the sand is still around for an extra 3 turns, so that Tyranitar was actually...
the Smooth Rock? Yeah, there it is.
We have seen Synthesis. Of course, being in the sand, it doesn't increase enough health for Simi, so he is going to just have to try to beat this Volcarona. I don't know if Gene really predicted Simi to stay in there, but had he just gone for the Bug Buzz, it would have taken out that Delmise.
I don't like that either. I don't know what he was predicting there, but it does put this Delmise in a really bad position. As we do see it come on out, it might be Life Orb, Corkscrew Crash, I'm not quite sure. If it has Sub, it definitely clicks it here. You do see the Melodic come on out on the Iron Head. Okay, it does 18. The only thing is the Melodic does not have its Marvel skill active. So it's still a very bulky Mon, but it doesn't have that big defense.
He makes the right play and bring out Vaporeon here because the other two are kind of his win con.
Yeah, I was just about to say that I think the Delmise definitely comes out here as a sack. And then Zeraora does get to switch in right now.
So he's looking for a safe switch in. And maybe if Gene had gone for another move there, he could have also spun away those hazards.
We do see the Nihilego come out instead. Probably T-Bolt.
T-Bolt, it definitely has T-Bolt. Is this Specs?
I don't know. There's no way. It only did 18 to the T-Tar. And T-Tar's not even like...
AV.
Yeah, it's not AV.
So an interesting play there. I'm not too sure what this Nihilego's item would be. I was assuming it was Focus Sash in the beginning of the match, but I think it might be Scarf now.
Ooh, we do see the DD. Alright. It gets C-Punch, right?
It does. I don't think it has it, though. I think he clicks...
Ooh, cooks Crunch. Yeah, Crunch does just enough. We'll see. Does he snag the burn?
Kills.
No burn.
Avoid the burn.
And he just... dude, yeah. Chris just lost both of his Excadrill checks.
In comes the Gligar. Now, this Tyranitar might have Ice Punch.
Oh, no, never mind. He has still outspeeds.
Faster.
That's
what?
interesting.
It's faster?
Wait, no
That's
Ice Punch?
That's a +1 tar.
That's what I'm saying. He's like no speed in that. Also, he does get the defense drop, which will really help him in the situation.
Yeah, that's really bad for Chris.
Did you see the EQ come on out? I'm surprised he didn't Roost again.
Maybe something dies, doesn't it? Yeah, he doesn't have defog anymore. The Zeraora is dead.
Yeah, Zeraora dies after Sandstorm. Right now, I think this Vaporeon is just trying to stall. It needs to sit here for 2 turns.
I mean, this Vaporeon could just click Scald to pick up a kill and then die the following turn, because this Vaporeon definitely outspeeds the Gligar, right? Like, probably not. Gligar, I think, is because Gligar's naturally faster.
It's definitely naturally faster, but now he gets his T-Tar in, and then that's just game.
Back in, and either kills with Crunch, or,
Actually, it's not going to kill with Crunch. It's not going to kill with Crunch, because +1...
that was +1.
Yeah, +1 only did 32. We do, and then there's the DD from T-Tar, but I don't know if I agree with that one, because doesn't he die to the EQ now?
T-Tar's like 240 speed, so this thing has some speed investment.
Yeah, but like, I don't agree with the DD there. I think Ironhead was, not Ironhead, the Crunch was always the play, just for the chance of a drop. Oh, we do see Swords Dance. Yep, that's gonna... If he's Z, Steel right now...
That Earthquake doing a massive amount of damage, and Gene is only down to 5 turns.
He got the flinch. Oh my gosh. Hax is indeed a win con.
It's pretty brutal for Chris, but unless this is
Shuka. No, even without Shuka.
Nihilego, it's over.
Dang.
Shuka was dying.
Hax, let's go, GG. Oh my god. Well, guys, thanks for watching that one. This was round 1 playoffs. Gene versus Chris of A-League. We'll see Gene in the next round.
Adios, guys. Take care.